Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not
You will bring the jury.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy
They
there.
got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughing him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case. Dati mihi Anglican for his verbal lucky. I didn't ask you to interrupt.
Is that correct?
literally not true.
Oh, for crumb's sake.
All right, welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. I did not take my own advice. I did not have a good lunch. But I hope to have a good lunch soon. I had forgotten, I don't know how I forget this, I had forgotten that our dryer decided that Thanksgiving would be the week that it stopped working. So we ordered new parts for the dryer, and I played Maytag Man trying to fix it, and man, there are a lot of screws. There are a lot of screws holding a dryer together. I don't know where they all go. I was just taking them out. I still haven't found the part I need to replace. I have the part. I just don't know where to put it. So I'll be watching YouTube after the stream tonight, trying to figure out exactly what to do there. But I've cleaned out the vent. I've used a little spinny thing down the vent. Zoom. Filled up the vacuum with lint. That was good. That's probably why we had the problem. Had Jason's deli. My kids, I think they're cooking something in the oven. I think it's probably like fish sticks or chicken fingers or something. Which fish don't have sticks and chickens don't have fingers, but they're delicious either way. So got my nails done over lunch. Emily, that sounds great. Welcome back. What did I miss after the opening? Whoa. We've just been hearing interviews, and we're probably going to hear more interviews because we're in the middle of one right now. These are interviews done with the defendant before they know that she's not alive anymore. And they're done in his house with his kids there. This one with his mom present, but not right there. Greener's Googling how to deep clean appliances to remove clothing artifacts. Yes, that's how the search looks bad, just on the surface, but really it's just lint. It's just lint, that's all. So it's all good. It's all good. I actually like learning how to do little tiny repairs. I thought this was a smaller repair than it was. I didn't realize that. It was more work than that. Fix it, Drama Llama Mama. Thank you very much. Kim R., congratulations. You were first in chat. You were very sneaky and got in right after I made this portal. So good to have you here. Welcome, welcome, one and all. We're going to be going back to the courtroom with the only fan that is still spinning. Not only fans, only fan. Very important, especially if you're Googling. There's a difference. There's a big difference. All right. If you've already gone to your big screen, please go back and just hit like. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. We got over 1,000 likes in the last stream, and that helps the channel in a big way, which is wonderful. And we're hoping to get 1,000 likes this afternoon as well. So if you can contribute in some small way, which is actually big, every vote counts. Thank you. All right. You can also Google how to clean my dryer if I really need to. Yeah. There was a lot of lint in there. I'm surprised. That little lint strainer, the lint drawer you pull out and clean lint, it's not doing as good a job as it thinks it is. There's a lot getting by that. So I've got to clean that whole vent out. I've got still to take the cover off the outside and make sure that whole pipe's clean from the outside as well. So I will be repairing the dryer tonight after the live stream. But until then, no dryer. We have a laundromat just down the road if we desperately need one. But I do not recommend messing with washing machine connectors. They can fail. I don't do washing machines. But I'll do a dryer. Will baking soda make the dryer work? Or hydrogen peroxide, maybe. 17 bottles of it. If you need more space to disassemble the dryer, kitchen countertops are great spaces. Greeners, thank you. I'll let Mrs. R.A. know that you said it was okay. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful. All right, we're going to be going back to court. We anticipate as soon as we get back to court, the jury will be asked the same 4 questions that were asked before. And then we're going to just pick up where we left off halfway through this police interview with, who is it? Yuri Buchanan? Yuri Buchanan is doing the interview, right? I think he's involved. I'm not sure exactly when. But the interview is going on, and oh my goodness, the defendant can talk. You're kidding me. I know. I clean my own washing machine filters and dryer vent system. I need to figure out the washing machine thing. I need to clean that out a little better, I think. It's time, it's time. I'd rather clean it than buy a new one. But we're going to go back to the interviews where he's going to continue talking. He does like to control the narrative by never letting the officers think or have time to think. It's just non-stop chatter. And perfectly relaxed, calm, cool, collected chatter. The only time he seemed a little bit off guard was when the officers were asking, tell me a little bit about your federal troubles. And he was like, just a little bit. But other than that, he's had an answer for everything. And Gaily May, happy, merry, all. Best wishes to you all. Thank you very much. OG Gaily May, 31 months. Thank you very much. All right, we'll be going back to court in about 4 minutes. So if you have any questions or comments or criticism, now is the time to do it. I always clean my dryer vent when I see clumps of lint spitting outside into my flower garden. That's how I can tell the vent is full. Yeah, mine was full. Mine got clogged inside the dryer, which was the problem. So I went on Amazon and I bought this really cool. It's like a silicone hose attachment. It makes that sound when it attaches to your regular vacuum hose. So it fits any size vacuum hose because it just stretches over. And then you've got this long, flexible, flat tube that can go down the dryer vent. Man, I just cleaned it all up. It was great. Basically, Greeners, I thought I'd keep it more lunch friendly than that, but that's pretty much what happened. Recognize some of these officers' names. Were some of them from the Karen Reed trial? Yes, they were. They are the same officers, the same state troopers as well. So we will be hearing more of them, including Mr. Proctor, when defense gets up. Thanks for the sound effects. You're welcome. Free all day long right here. It is satisfying to see something clean that was dirty before. Now I understand why people watch videos of people like spraying driveways clean and just mowing lawns and things. It was quite satisfying to just hoover everything up. Speaking of, right. Cauliflower, welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome. I need to clean mine from the lint trap through the dryer. Candace Hoff, they make this really cool attachment that I just bought. It also comes with one of those it's like a pipe cleaner on a stick. It's really long and flexible, and you can pretty much get anywhere with it. Videos of washing rugs. Oh my goodness, the rug doctor videos. Not rug doctor, but like the guys in Arizona that do it. Who was that? There's like the original dude who was on TikTok. It's like, how can that rug hold that much dirt? Where did it come from? And then it completely changes color when they clean it. Love them. Amazing. There's a video game where all you do is spray stuff clean. This is my life, Smofy. This is my life. I'm a hopeless pressure washer, washing, garden mowing, hoarder cleaning, rug cleaning, car detailing, dog grooming. It's all my thing. Yes. Yes. And I see why. It is quite satisfying and fun. My landlord does that for a living. He owns a business doing that. We can't really do rug cleaning very well in North Carolina because we can't get them dry. You take them outside to dry. In Arizona, it's great. You just spread them out in the parking lot in the sun, and 3 minutes later, it's baked crisp. But here in North Carolina, you spin it dry, and then you set it out in the humidity, and it just gets sopping wet again. So, can you post a link to those? I will look for it. It's been a while since I've seen it. But are you? Oh, the repair thing. I definitely can. Hang on, let me pull up the one I bought. Not that it might do you any good, but let me click on Amazon orders and look at all the Christmas presents. Don't peek, guys. Don't peek. Let's see. Oh, no, just kidding. No, not that. Page 2. When did I order this? Oh, that's going to be fun. Okay, here we go. 2-piece dryer vent cleaner kit. Yes, I will. I am going to share an affiliate link for what I did for lunch. So if you decide to do the same thing that I did for lunch, you sure can. There it is. Right there in chat. It's the dryer cleaner. Why did that not work? Why are my two chats different? Let me try that again. I post it. No linky. What am I? I am posting it in chat. I can see it on one screen. My other one doesn't. Is there a new feature that's on my?
Because he's the guy.
Hang on, guys. This is confusing. Oh, I'm on live chat. It's being filtered out. Would you look at that? I can't post links on my own stream. Okay. Content controls. I'm not a mod for my own channel. Sucks to have your chats filtered up. It's fine. I'm just going to post it in the description of the video. Get that, YouTube.
Your Honor, for the record, Mr. Walsh is back in the courtroom.
Thank you.
Okay, underneath the description of the story, I posted the link in the description. I've got to figure out what's wrong with my YouTube. Let me see if it posts here.
Yes, thank you.
Your Honor, before the jurors come in, could I ask? We have created a blank calendar for the jurors and for everyone. I believe it was a motion to eliminate and it was unopposed. Could I mark one for ID and then pass them out, have the court officers pass them out to the jurors?
I'm fine with that. Any objection?
How about that? Can you guys see this one in chat?
All right.
16, I believe. And I'm giving one to the clerk. Well, actually, I thought I should go to the reporter first. Skip the clerk.
It's not H.
Thank you. H for ID.
That little cleaner was worth every penny of the $7.59 I paid, free shipping with Amazon Prime. So under $8, it could save your dryer. It could save you the problem that I had. So not a sponsor, but very easy to use, intuitive, and fun.
All rise for the court,
Yes.
please. Jurors entering.
Lori, it does. If you click that link and then shop on Amazon, Amazon will reward me for a tiny portion of everything you buy. It doesn't cost you any extra, but it does give a little kickback to the channel as a thank you. That sounds like a Smokey the Bear knockoff. Only you can prevent forest fires.
Remain standing, please.
Court is back in session. You may be seated.
You have the witness back on the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor. Commonwealth would recall Harrison Schmidt.
Want those in now, Your Honor, or you want to wait?
Oh, we'll wait till he gets back on the stand.
Your Honor, may we continue with Exhibit 54? I believe we left off at 14 minutes and 33 seconds on the media player.
You may.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Gilman?
We're picking up in the audio recording right where we left off.
And I was happy with anywhere at that point. But that was, I mean, we grew up with
And I don't ask this to upset anybody, is there any extramarital with you or
No, not at all. Certainly not with me. And not that I have any information on it. Like everyone who called me said, like how to work all this. The same story that I had is the same story Alyssa and Adela and Wolf Bassett gave me, is that she works all the time and she flies home to see you guys, and she comes back and she's constantly working. And, she said that she would like eat in her bed and pass out a lot. So that was everyone else's experience. So yeah, I would be surprised of that. When we were younger, we were seeing, when we were first dating, we were seeing other people. But that was 12 years ago, more.
So in your experience, you had no suspicion that she was seeing someone else and doing anything like that? No indication to you that was going on?
No, not at all. I mean, obviously, we were apart, but we spoke a lot. That's why, people were like, well, don't worry if you haven't spoken to her. But we spoke all the time. We spoke in the morning and in the evening. So. And everyone, she had rings, talk about her husband and kids. I mean, it seems weird to have an affair.
Did she have close friends here? I know she spent a lot of time in D.C., and when she came here, she was like with you, family most of the time.
Yeah.
Did she have someone that she would spend time with here, like a girlfriend? Or?
Yes. So there's Rima, a very good friend of hers. Ferreira. She is the head of HR for the Park Plaza Hotel.
How do you spell Rima?
I know how to spell the first name, not the last name. Rayma. Rayma. So it's Rayma. And then Ferrer, which I'm not as familiar with. Ferre. Ferrer.
All right.
And you said head of Park Plaza?
Yes.
Okay. And anyone else?
Yeah, so Rima so when she was here, she spent most of her time with us. Trying to think who else were the people that she would lead. Rima was the biggest. Jam, obviously. So I'm trying to think.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Yeah.
I'm got distracted. Rima, Jam. Who else did she hang out with? Well, Peter Curry, who was here.
Peter came by?
Yeah, Peter came. He didn't. I was like, I'm fine. He showed up anyways.
I think he's distracted trying to hear what's going on with his mom.
Brother. He lives in Marshfield, so we're pretty close with them.
So you know Peter and
Anna went to, they had a leadership training together.
Okay.
And
was Jim part of that as well?
Jim was part of my leadership training.
Oh, okay,
so that's how a lot of us know each other through this.
Okay. So Peter Kirby and leadership training.
Yeah, and she was what we call, her group was B2 and my group was B3. We raised over $200,000 from the pandemic for the schools.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
That's part of the leadership training is the community service project.
Okay.
Something Jim and I continue to do about. So.
Nice.
The voices in the background of the officers interviewing his mom or talking with his mom.
What do you think? First it's been like I feel like it's a bad dream. I'm having to wake up, and it's gonna be all over. I'm having a hard time like sleeping or thinking, and then the fact that my mother has an investigative team in D.C. who's now they don't believe she went back to D.C. and Jen and Della are like, well, where else did she go to? I mean, I have no idea. I mean, like if you said she went to New York or Mars, anyone could be possible because I have no idea where else she would go. And I talked to Candace today, who's a friend of ours, and I said she's not someone that would ever go haywire like that. That she would just like go and not say anything to anyone or take a large sum of money from one of the accounts and just leave. She wouldn't leave us or her kids. I mean, it's not possible.
What are you going to do for banking? I know she's got the JetBlue card.
Yeah, so I everything's in her name the way I set it up. Like my grandfather's taught me, make sure your wife is always taken care of. And, with my legal problems, it's been useful. And also she always pays things on time and I do not. So
with like bank institutions, stuff like that.
Yeah, so she's got Liberty Bank. She's got one in Marblehead, Brand Bank, and she's Apple Credit Union in Virginia, which she's had for probably 10 years, 15 years.
Apple Credit Union.
Yeah. So all the money goes there. Then we've got the Chase cards. We have the Fidelity, which something happened. Something happened to the Fidelity card when she was in Belgrade. So that hasn't been used really.
Was that like canceled?
It was. I think we might have new ones, but we haven't used that one. Okay. And then the JetBlue, which is the only one that I don't have. I don't have your bank accounts. I don't deal with those, but I just have view. I have all the investment accounts and all of the view of.
Obviously, we want to contact these banking institutions to see if any activity is going on.
Sure, I would. I would.
Have you been monitoring this?
I'm monitoring the Chase. The Fidelity, nothing's been going on, but the Chase. I used the Freedom card, and last time she used the Freedom card in Belgrade. It doesn't have foreign transaction fees, so I was like, so I called her to don't use the card there. So then she switched to the other Chase. And then she got the JetBlue because she's like, hey, I want these 80,000 points. So that was the last sort of credit card conversation we had 6 weeks ago or something, 4 weeks ago.
Okay. When's the last time you checked the activity on these card accounts?
I had to check today because the Freedom we use for a company I work with, Pickles, which is a sports card or memorabilia company. So they buy from their whatever the vendor, we put it on the credit card, and then they pay us back. So that's one of the. So I'm always checking that card.
Okay. Any suspicious activity on that?
No.
Any transactions you don't recognize?
There's nothing I don't recognize. No.
Okay. As far as travel, has Ayden done any like domestic travel in the United States in the past year or two? Like anywhere?
It's been DCA to Boston, and then. I forget if she went to Chicago or New York. She went to Chicago to meet some of the head brass at Titian Spire. Then she went to Belgrade, and that was it. No, she was complaining about travel since my problem, so we were looking to do something at some point.
So Chicago for work?
Yeah.
What was the destination that she really wanted to go to?
Oh, Japan. She kept saying, "Why don't we take her to Japan?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely." It was
on my list too.
I had done a lot of business there years ago. I said it's good. She loves the Japanese food, so.
Going back to her phone, you guys have a family plan, or you had the family plan?
Okay, so we have a family plan. When she got the job at Titian Spire, she's like trying to decide what to do. She's like, well, she wanted to take her phone over, so she ported it over, and then she left the family plan that we had.
So you have no access to like her
I no
records, right?
No, but Titian Spire was, right? So
Yeah, well, that's.
You're not, I thought you had the phone number.
We've been talking with them, but they're a big company, so getting information from the bigger
Oh,
companies.
really?
So, yeah.
Oh, I thought they were just handed right over.
They always have too many corporate attorneys.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, if she was on the family, I mean, I'm so upset. If she was on the family plan, I could just hand it right over to you guys right now. Yeah, all the phones, my mother, my uncle, her brother, me, and all of them on it. So
okay.
Anna was married in the past?
She was, yes.
What's the relationship like with her?
They don't talk anymore.
How long ago was that
I guess she got. She must have gotten divorced in 2012, and it was only like the last 3 years or so.
So they don't have, to your knowledge, or?
I keep asking because we were talking to Mark, like he won't talk to me. They were talking a little bit, but once we started having kids, that was it.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, you said you keep asking what?
I said if you want to talk to Mark, it's been a long time. We had a good relationship. I mean, it wasn't a bad person, just didn't bring her out. So, but she said that every time she's reached out to him, he hasn't gotten back in touch with her. But he lives in D.C. That's where they met.
What's his name?
Mark Knipp.
Mark Knipp?
Yeah, it's spelled Knipp, K-N-I-P-P. One of the chase cards is under that Mary's name.
The jury doesn't know that everything he's saying is a lie.
That's the first one she got with him, but that changed her name from, so it's on the Knipp on the card.
But it's still an active card.
It's an active card, but we ever used it, and there was $229 of credit on it. No one's used it for the last 6 or 7 months. So.
You know that you carry a large amount of cash with her?
So we've discussed this occasionally, but I mean, there's been times when she only had $50 with her. Like she had $10,000 when she came back from Belgrade. She brought it for a lawyer who's Serbian, who lives in. We went there. Lives in I'm sorry, it's by the water near Boston, Winthrop. So he lives in Winthrop, so we took it over. So that would be a lot of money for her, but she has had it, $2,000 to $5,000 at times. But
for her personal use? Or?
No, she just carried if we had cash from Fresh Pulls, or if there was some money I could give to her, but then she would forget. So then there were times when she'd be carrying a lot of cash. But I don't know if she had a lot of cash on her this time, though. I don't go through the moment, so. But there are times where I said to me money and she's only at $50. But she always dresses like she had it all.
There was no financial trouble, nothing like that.
No, actually, we're doing better than ever right now. We're facing restitution charges, but with the new job and where the real estate has worked out, we're really in good shape.
Did you guys have any arguments or anything on New Year's Eve?
No.
New Year's Day before she left?
No, I wasn't enough time on New Year's Day to have an argument, but New Year's Eve, everything was fine. We were excited, what she wrote. Peter saw what she wrote for it was very positive, and Jen was here, and there was it was exciting. 2022 was a hard year, but 2023 is going to be the best ever. And she was and it's just not. Yeah, no, it wasn't really that argument at all.
You guys have you had arguments, major arguments in the past, anything like that?
So the biggest, and yes, I mean, the out of integrity, so we haven't arguments, but we're very aligned with almost everything that we do. We really have a lot of the same tastes, and ultimately we defer to each other with what the other person's good at. But the biggest argument we had in 2022 was when she had to go to Belgrade for 2 weeks, and I was at 2 weeks of vacation. I was like, I don't know if I can use you here, boys, for 2 weeks. So I have to go to Belgrade. So that was our biggest argument, and I couldn't get in touch with her. My mother reminded me. I couldn't get in touch with her for the first few days in Belgrade because the phone didn't have international. So I was upset about that. So that was the only other time this year that I didn't have, contact with her daily.
So you normally have daily contact with her?
Yeah, more than once.
What's the longest you've gone with no contact?
The 3 days in Belgrade, and there was the last week of December, there's some points in December where there was like 24-hour gaps, which was really not normal. And then when she was supposed to be here and she wasn't, and I was like, I'm going to file a missing person before you're missing, where are you? But like 24 hours, 36 hours would be a lot of time. But I was making a big deal out of it over the last couple of months, and everyone told me to relax about it, and then I did. So I feel pretty good right now.
When you guys did communicate, what was the conversation like?
What?
Just any time, like during the last couple months when she's been traveling.
Oh yeah.
For work.
It's been like she always says, "Hey, hello," and this is what I'm doing today. I said, "Oh, the boys are up." Sometimes I would send photos of the kids. She would send me photos of what she's doing. We'd have a recap. At night I was like, "Oh, I'm tired. The kids are driving me crazy." She's like, "Oh, there's no food because I do all the cooking normally." So I said, "I'm going to go to Cabo to get something to eat." And it's just a recap of it. Normal as if we were together. Yeah, as if we were together without being in person. But there were some nights that I remember December, like 23rd, 4th, 2nd, 1st, we didn't have those calls because I think I'd been sick and she was tired, so we'd go to bed. With the kids sometimes I go to bed like, if you guys not coming, I just want to go to bed. I didn't sleep well last night, so I was going to try to get some sleep tonight. So it's not uncommon for us to go to bed very early.
Is there any mental health issues at all with Anna? Does she have any indicators to you that something is amiss there, or any diagnosis?
No, not for me. My mother might have a different opinion, certainly, but yeah, she's like that. Well, I guess probably pushy. That's the word, pushy, and not a mental problem. Yeah, sorry. Probably. If I really couldn't think of anything. I mean, she'd never, thought about psychiatry or even discussed it until recently.
Has she ever been violent or anything like that?
No.
Have you guys ever had a physical confrontation?
No. None of that stuff.
It's for us coming in here. It's tough because we want to find out as quickly as possible. We don't know her, and there's many common reasons why people go missing. I'm trying to get the answers to those questions.
Well, please feel free to ask any questions that you have. Don't worry about moving the pen. I understand that you're here to find out and you're working for her.
Well, all right. I mean, one of the reasons someone goes missing is because they were abused or injured or assaulted. Did you do anything to hurt your wife?
No, sir. I wouldn't hurt my wife. I mean, I love my wife. All we want is to have her back. This family doesn't work without her. I mean, we can't function without her.
You guys have never had a physical fight, nothing like that before?
No, not at all.
I mean, so there's no mental health, there's no financial problems, there's no extramarital affairs, there's no physical abuse. The only stress I'm hearing right now is the work.
Being separated.
Separation, depression from the combination of those two.
Yeah. Also, her mother being ill, she had a major neurological event last year, and that's why she had to go to Belgrade. So we got pressure from that. My mother has had some health problems. So, and then the kids, it all adds up. I mean, I want you to know, up until looking at it now, it's nothing compared to this. It seemed like a lot a week ago. Being apart, the mother's not doing well, the legal problems, the kids growing and you're worried about all of those things seemed like a lot. Now
to you or to her?
I think we discussed them both. Like I was like overwhelmed by the 3 children, and she was missing them. So it was a really bad situation. We discussed splitting them up. Like, Tom would go with her, and I would want to split the kids up. So why could take all the kids? And I was like, how is that going to be for your job? I mean, we did not have a good solution. I mean, it up until, I mean, it felt untenable until right now. I go back to that moment, it's going to be very easy for me to deal with now because I still have my partner would be here right now to work it out.
Where would you go to look for it? If you could go anywhere right now, where do you go to look for it? You have a favorite place? You have,
we just between the gal and everyone, we were exhausted. We would go all the hotels and the hospitals. And a favorite restaurant in D.C., which is near the house. There were investigators waiting there all day, people or something like that, because they thought maybe she'd go there. But I don't know. Anna was not someone who would just want to go out and she was adventurous, but not that adventurous. When she had a layover in Frankfurt, I think, and I told her to, her flight was delayed, so I said, go into town. I don't know. She's not someone who would want to do it by herself. That would be, she would always want to do it with me, or at least someone else. I like to think it would only be with me, but obviously, it wouldn't be something. She would just go off on her own, like my father was traveling by himself and seeing things to eat and things like that. So that was not my experience in Lana.
and this tough week last week, you don't think it rises to the level of wanting to hurt herself or anything like that?
I just can't. I mean, I personally can't imagine that. But she did. I mean, I remember I talked to Alyssa about it today. Where she's a friend of Carrie Westbrook, and I guess she was going to go see her. They've been good. They came up at the end of Washington together. I don't know what happened. She was trying to get there, but SIM card broke, and she was exhausted, not feeling well. I saw her. She was on FaceTime with Biden because her SIM card was broken, and I was like, I guess maybe I was complaining about some stuff, and she's like, hey, it was breaking, I'm not doing very well. It's the first time she's ever said that. I say that all the time, I'm not doing well, but it was the first time she ever said that to me. So that was new, and Jem said that she seemed different, but I mean, the extent that you're talking about, to this extent, is, this is just unbelievable.
Was that before or after Christmas?
It was before Christmas. No, SIM card went down after Christmas because she got in touch with me very quickly, so it wouldn't leak out.
The interview is more challenging in tone now.
You said you're willing to, do whatever you can to help the investigation. We thank you for that. And, part of that I think is trying to understand Anna, and I think if you would allow us to look through your phone and consent to us downloading your phone and we've seen some of the communications between you and her and like her tone and you said in the interview that she said that she may have used your phone occasionally to receive stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'll help us really create a permanent timeline of the events of the 1st and the 31st and the 1st and maybe get a better insight into Anna. Is that something you'd be okay with?
Just to be clear, you want to download everything on my phone?
We will download, the extraction will download all the contents to your phone, yes.
Oh, that's a lot.
What we're focusing on though is, what we're interested in, yes, download everything, but what we're interested in is locating Anna and finding the information specifically in there that would help us do that. The Anna specific content.
That's a huge amount of personal information, gentlemen.
It's a big ask, but there's a lot on the line.
No, there is a lot.
You know what I mean?
What's your concern?
I don't know.
Are there other legal issues?
That's one of them. I guess my request would be, I'm willing to do anything, but my only request would be because Tracy might have called me today about what's going on, and
who is that?
Tracy might was representing me in all of these issues.
Okay.
So she said, before you do anything like this, you have to talk to me. I want to do everything I can to support this 100%, but I gotta call her about it.
She said before you do anything, like turn off the phone or anything?
No, like before you do anything else. I mean, she always wants to be here to talk to law enforcement. I said, well, I'm going to talk to them and give them money that they want. But I have to ask her quickly about that. I'm sure it'll be fine, or she might say, okay, can we just do the information that you're asking for?
Right. Well, that's all we would be interested in. We'd be interested in your communication with Anna and dates of, the 31st and the 1st for presents. We're not interested in your other tasks.
No, I understand.
And, that being said, I believe, that you're represented by counsel in that matter. I don't, I'm not legal, despite being a police officer, I'm not a legal expert, but talk to your attorney, but I believe that require a search warrant for that stuff to be used against you, and that's not what we're looking to even.
How long would it take for you to download it?
It would take, once we hook it up to the machine, which is in Canton, it would take, depending on how many gigabytes of data it is a lot.
Yeah, like 128 going.
It's a smaller one.
Then, I don't know, it could be 30 minutes, 30 to an hour.
Okay, so now it's
an hour to download. Yeah. I mean, I think it would be useful to our investigation.
Okay. All right, well, I want you to know that I'm absolutely, that is my intention.
Sure.
And my only request is to talk to Tracy and let her know that that's what I want to do. At least let her give me what my exposure would be in life.
Right. Just so you're aware, with any case of mine, we don't have a crime. We're not investigating a crime. This is a missing person.
No, I understand.
We're here out of a community caretaking function.
No,
just so we're abundantly clear.
I'm fully aware of that, and I appreciate it, and I want you to know I'm not going to. I'll be very quick with it. And if Tracy and I can talk in the morning, then what would be the process? I would just give you the phone, or I would come to Canton, or I need to be away from. I do a lot of work on the phone as well as the.
Well, we can come get it, and if we get your attention to it here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We have a portable device.
Okay.
We'll bring it here and do a download. The guy who works in my office that does it efficiently. I can send him over.
Okay, great. So, will you guys, will gentlemen, honor my request to give me a moment to talk to Tracy about it?
No one's taking your phone from you.
No. I don't. I'm only interested in finding out, and I don't care what it takes. But I just have to make sure that that I listen to all the advice I have come my way, which is a lot. Actually, I do apologize, but I most likely will be able to do that, and I'll be able to do it tomorrow. And that is my intention and my declaration.
Let me hurry and delete some stuff first.
What possessions do we know that Anna had on her person? What's in her wallet? I know she had a wallet. She didn't bring her sunglasses.
She has a ring and her wedding band, which is diamonds.
Okay.
So she's got the engagement ring, the wedding band, and then she has. I guess she bought some other. She had a ring and a necklace that matched that she bought in Serbia. Then she had her luggage, Louis Vuitton, Prada, and then she had a Prada bag or usually a Prada bag, and then what else did she have? She was either a Rolex or Hermes watch, and
Rolex or what?
Hermes, Hermes, Hermes watch. She would have. She had some small diamond earrings.
She was wearing all this when she left.
She was. I think she had. I forget if she had the Rolex or the Hermes. But it was the Hermes watch she had.
That she arrived.
Yeah.
She's not here now.
Yeah. So she because everything's at Washington D.C.
So she was wearing two watches.
All of our stuff is in Washington D.C. It was like 2% of the stuff.
But this stuff here came with her.
All this came with her.
She said a short black jacket, is that right?
Yeah.
But you don't know what kind of pants or she was wearing?
I'm not sure. And the 100 boots is weird. Normally she wears leather boots, like Prada boots or something she wears. So that was odd. But I guess the weather wasn't good. He was there.
Does she leave any belongings here, like toiletries, any?
Yeah, she's got a couple things in the up in the bathroom that's mixed with all of our stuff, and then she has her pajamas and there's underwear and different clothing. She's got a drawer over in. Remember I took you upstairs and there was Brian's room?
Yep.
Yeah, one of the drawers there. She's got all of her clothing.
Okay.
But so she has enough clothing to last for a day or two, and then she has and then she brings some stuff. So.
Okay.
Hello, the defense rests. Welcome.
Have you had conversations with Thomas about what exactly you saw that morning?
He did. It's all, it was 6-year-old guys.
What do you got, buddy?
Did you make some? Oh, did you just make some art? Oh, that's so nice.
What do we have?
Do you want to explain it?
Is it okay with you? Oh, yeah. Shows us this. I asked Thomas some questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like this.
Not bad for some. Better than I could do. There's other hands on now. But the gist was that, and Thomas, when there's action, he loves it. So his mother came down and then said, "I gotta go." And then one of the things, "I love you. I will see you soon." And then she left. And first he said she went to a taxi, and then I said, "Was the car up here?" And he said, "No, it was all the way down there." So I said, "You didn't see the car?" He said, "No." And I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, "So yeah."
It's pretty much what I want to ask him exactly.
Yeah. So it's yeah.
See if we get the same answer.
Yeah, of course. So
he saw a vehicle that she got into that obviously super helpful. Doesn't sound like he did, but we'll ask him again.
Yeah, he kept saying it was a taxi, and I was like,
I know you mentioned. Well, I can't remember. Does she normally take Uber or Lyft?
Normally it's Uber, but she has Lyft as well. I know that.
Have you guys ever called like the local taxi company before?
I have. I called John's Taxi or something several times. I forget what it was, but I would pull it up and I would call. I would call in the mornings. I didn't book it on time. So it's very hard to get it at like 5 in the morning.
Right.
How did you normally get to the airport?
Yeah, Uber. Yeah. Did you guys get in touch with Uber?
That is one of the people that are getting back to us.
Because we've called as well, and they were like not. Because I said it's they said I'm sorry, I can't do that.
Right.
But that's like a Deller, like, well, we just have to find out when the Uber took her. And I was like, that would be helpful, yeah.
And that was under her name, like.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not a business account or anything like that.
No, all of the apps and stuff are under her. Yeah,
It would be under like her.
Oh, Tissue Spire?
Or Nip.
Oh no, I don't think
Something
so.
like that.
No, the last thing Nip was that credit card.
Okay. It's a pain to change names over in all your accounts, so sometimes you just leave it alone,
Yeah, well, when we met, she moved to Nip, and then when we got married, she moved to Nip and Walshe. But I don't think there's anything left. Maybe the chips for maybe in Belgrade there is, but and she does have a Serbian passport.
Okay.
She's Serbian.
She does, yeah.
Is she at the U.S. also?
Yes.
Where does she keep the Serbian passport? Or does she carry it around with her?
Yeah, she'd have, normally she has a U.S. passport with her. She carries her, like the Serbian passport, she wouldn't carry because it's not useful. They won't here in the United States.
Right.
I'm just going to sneak in there. If they're asking Tom questions, I don't want to ask them the same questions, so I just want to see if they're asking them.
What's he working on? His drawing here.
We have to ask him.
Can you decipher for me?
No.
I don't have kids, so I can't translate the drawings.
Well, he's doing some math for us, and he's got the happy face and the heart. But then he's got his spooky movie stuff over there. And then the colorful heart is new to me. Actually, no, it's not true. He enjoys he was doing a colorful rainbow before, but now he's doing a colorful heart. So the kids have no idea what's going on over there. Having a grand old time with all of this. They're so used to it over the last 6 to 9 months now. Mom comes and girls.
Yes.
She's like, hey, I'll talk to you later. Like, okay, see you soon. Bring chocolate.
Is he misrepresenting his kid's art?
Pretty good. What would you require or request?
Well, we would like to talk to the kids, but we have a trained professional who just interviews kids. It's not a police officer. It's like a civilian that works with the VA's office, and it's not at a police station. It's actually at a very nice house in Foxborough near Gillette Stadium.
It's not too far from here, right?
Well, it's probably 45 minutes.
Okay, got it.
So it's actually right behind Gillette Stadium on North Street.
Peyton Road.
Yes, that's Peyton Road. But it's right behind Gillette, generally. And it's a good setup. It's actually just a couple of couches and chairs and toys.
When you want to talk to Brian Hamlin?
Just bring the kids. Well, obviously the 2-year-old is right? Yeah, she's not speaking, I'm guessing, much.
Some words, but William doesn't speak that. I mean, he speaks a little bit. I mean, he's like, I forgot about the phone. So
I think you can bring all the kids and plenty of toys for them to play with. And we'll see if we're just going to have the person ask them questions about mom. And last time, recent conversations they can remember with her, and that's pretty much it.
That's fine.
And it's really kind of a nice, casual, comfortable setting for children. It's specifically designed for that. We actually use it for children who are Pickles and stuff like that. It's really easy going, and you'll see, and have you sit down before anyone talks to anyone, you can see for yourself the situation. If you can get, I think we can get the kids in tomorrow.
What time?
I don't know what time yet, but we can call you in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta just, normally I take them to school, so I'd certainly be willing to organize that, and I'll talk to Tracy about the phone, and maybe we could do all of it tomorrow.
That's actually, that
That's a good idea.
That would be convenient.
Well, I mean, we don't have extra time. I'm in urgency, so.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, what time are you up? About 7 in the morning, you said?
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's what time my house gets up to.
Yeah. How old are your children?
1.5 and 4.
Okay, yeah. So, the 4-year-old is starting to give you positive feedback, right?
Oh yeah, he's fresh. Let me see if I can get time here.
Yeah, it's usually a really nice woman does the questions. It's just a conversation.
It's fun. If anything that you feel is going to help, I'm willing to do. That's what I need to know.
We're trying every avenue here.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Usually, we just need one little bit and then we can run through it.
All right. Great.
So typically, something will jump out.
Okay. I love that. Tom's gonna have the time of his life.
You want to have a problem talking.
Yeah.
I can tell.
I guess there's no one scheduled to be in there tomorrow as far as like children being interviewed.
Mhm.
So it's probably wide open.
Okay.
Just gotta see what time the counselor is available to be there. I'm guessing I'm probably pretty flexible, but like you said, rather get it done. Time is of the essence.
Well, I mean, waiting
things done.
till Monday makes no sense at this point. We have no time.
So we can talk in the morning and confirm. I'll try to get you like a tentative time. Well, we can just plan on like we can tentatively would like 10 o'clock work.
So I have to leave here at 9, most likely, right?
You'd have plenty of time if you left at 9.
Okay.
Plenty of time.
Oh, hi, William. Oh, yeah. Say hello?
Hey, buddy.
Say hello? Yeah. Your iPad? Yeah, I'm going to help you find it, okay? Okay. That made a terrible mistake of giving them iPads at a young age, and now that's ruined everyone's life.
Dad, you've still got my iPad.
Electronics in bed when we were younger.
Dad, you still have my iPad. Can you help me find it? Can you help me find my iPad?
Well, my boss in Canada is going to give me a time shortly, so before we leave, before they wrap up in there, hopefully we can set something up.
Any other?
Trying to think, anything else you want to add before we terminate that recording?
I'm trying to think. Is there any part of the house that we didn't consider looking at, or did she leave anything behind? Like any?
No, but if you guys want to take another look, I mean, certainly open to that. Okay. If that's supportive, I know you got to look everywhere.
Right.
Your job, I'm not. It's neutral. So
we got a new set of eyes, so I'd like to just check the box every time.
I love that. Yeah.
Is there an attic?
Yes, there is.
Okay, so we didn't hit the attic last time,
right.
so we definitely want to do that.
Okay. It's not one that you can like walk around. And,
right.
We tried that, and I broke the ceiling. I haven't fixed it yet.
10 o'clock, anytime Kristen is the name of the council that'll be there tomorrow, and I guess any time works. So 10 o'clock sounds okay to you? 10:30 or?
How long is the session going to be? Because that's an important distinction.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they can go a long time, but
like an hour.
Those are the long ones are when we're actually have like a specific incident or a crime to actually dive into. In this instance, it's going to be like more of just like a conversation. And, how's the mom? Their sense of how mom is and stuff like that. I guess So I think it's going to be. I guess my answer is I don't think it's going to be terribly long.
Well, do you think it'll be more or less than an hour?
For both of them, I would say an hour.
Okay, so it's an hour. 1 hour, 45 minutes. Well, it's too late.
Did you have to get back or something?
I'm just trying to figure out timing. I think 10 would probably work out just fine. So.
Okay, so let's plan on 10 o'clock. I'll get you the address before we leave. And we'll plan on that. We'll confirm. We'll talk in the morning.
That's fine. Okay. Yeah.
All right, so you don't mind if we just take?
No,
I haven't been here before.
Yeah. No problem.
Yeah, do you want me to, I'll knock this up.
Yeah.
All right, it is 20:53, Thursday, January 5, 2023, starting off the report.
Sergeant, I'd like to ask some questions about January 5. After that, well, actually, there's people talking in the other room. Who are they?
The people talking at that table?
No, there's conversations going on behind you, it sounds like. What's going on there?
Detective Lieutenant Lopes and Sergeant Buchanan are interviewing the defendant's mother, Diana Walshe.
And after the interview, did you have the opportunity to walk around the residence again?
Yes.
What did you see in the attic?
I went in the attic. The attic's unfinished. There's insulation and exposed floor joists.
But nothing else in there?
Correct.
Did you go back down in the basement?
Yes.
What did you see in the basement?
If you go down the steps, to the right is utilities. If you go left, there's like a refrigerator. There's some storage boxes, some trash bags, some cleaning equipment.
Did you do anything with the trash bags?
I kind of manipulated the bag from the outside.
And what did you notice?
I felt like there was a carpet sample or a piece of a rug inside of one.
Did you open the bags?
I did not.
Did you have the opportunity to go outside again?
Yes.
What did you do outside?
We checked the shed, the backyard, walked around the property again.
And did you do anything with the pool?
We shined our flashlights into the pool again, but it was looked at with the floodlights the night prior.
Vehicles that night. Did you look at any vehicles?
We looked at the Volvo again.
And what did you do to look at the Volvo?
We went through it more thoroughly.
And did anyone give you permission?
Yes.
Who?
The defendant.
And what did you find in the Volvo?
In the Volvo was a receipt and a cell phone.
And did you ask the defendant about the cell phone?
Yes.
And what did he say about the cell phone?
It was the eldest son's cell phone.
And the receipt, where was the receipt from?
Lowe's.
Was there a date on it?
January 4th.
And do you know which Lowe's?
Weymouth Lowe's.
Now, on January 5th, besides this interview that's recorded, did you have any other conversations with Mr. Walsh?
Yes, we spoke on the phone a few times earlier that day.
Well, let me ask you, when was the first time you spoke to him that day?
Just before 9 a.m. on that Thursday.
And do you remember the substance of that conversation?
I just let him know that we were working on the investigation and we would be in touch.
And when was the next time you spoke to him?
About 3:45 p.m.
And what did you talk about in that conversation?
I had called him and left a message. He had called right back. And he asked about media and a PR person. And I had asked about if Anna carried large sums of cash on her. And he said sometimes yes, sometimes no.
What did he ask about a PR person?
He asked if he should get a PR person or talk to the media.
What did you say?
I said that he's free to talk to the media, although I don't recommend it.
Now, how long were you at the Walsh residence that night with the state police?
About 8 p.m. to 10:30 p.m.
And what did you do after you left the Walsh residence?
We all went back to the Cohasset police station.
What did you do at the Cohasset police station?
We began digging into the financial institutions, but given the hour, they were closed and it was tough to get a hold of any record keepers.
So I take it now we're getting into January 6th.
Yes.
What did you do on January 6th as far as this investigation?
A large-scale search ensued. We brought in command posts and we established a staging area.
Who brought in command posts?
The Metrolec command post was present and the Mass State Police command post.
Where were they set up?
Behind Stop and Shop at 400 Chief Justice Cushing Highway.
And how was the large-scale search done of the area?
There were canines. There was the Metro search and rescue team and the State Police CERT team conducting an area search of that wooded area.
Now, was anything recovered in that search?
No.
Sir, what was done to try and find surveillance video in that area?
Neighborhood canvases were conducted.
And how'd you do that?
We requested assistance from neighboring agencies, their detectives, to come in. We'd pair a detective with a trooper, and they go around checking residents and businesses for any sort of security footage.
What was done as far as press conferences on the 6th?
My Chief Quigley, gave a press conference on that Friday.
Now, did you have the opportunity to speak to any people as far as witnesses on the 6th?
Yes.
Who did you speak to?
Jem Mutlu.
And where did that conversation take place?
The Cohasset Police Station.
And who was with you when that conversation took place?
Trooper DeChico.
And That day on the 6th, what was done as far as obtaining any digital devices from the defendant?
We collected on consent some digital devices.
And who went there to get those, if you know?
Lieutenant Fanning.
From what department?
Mass State Police.
And now, sir, when is it the next time you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Walsh? After the interview on the 5th?
I spoke to him on the phone Friday.
The 6th?
Yes.
And after that conversation, did you ever speak to him again?
Saturday.
Saturday. And where did that conversation take place?
At the same dining room table in his home.
And who was present for that conversation?
Myself, Trooper DeChico, Trooper Proctor, Attorney Minor, and the defendant.
And about what time did that conversation begin on the 6th?
About 2 p.m.
Was anything returned to him on the 6th?
The digital devices that we had on consent.
And were you present for that?
Yes.
Now, have you had the opportunity to review the statement from January 7th?
Yes.
And does it fairly and accurately reflect the defendant's statements?
It does.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth would seek to have marked as Exhibit 55 the next drive that has the interview from January 7th.
We're getting all these out of the way today. Wow.
Any new objections?
Same objection.
All right. They're acknowledged. The audio from 1/7/23 is now marked in evidence as Exhibit 55. Thank you.
Your Honor, with the court's permission, may I begin playing Exhibit 55?
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman?
The recorder is on. It is 13:52/7/2023. My name is Harrison Schmidt. I'm a detective with Cohasset Police. Present is
Dave DeChico. I'm a DICICCO trooper with the Northwest PA.
Julie Proctor, PRO, CTOR, detective with the Norfolk County DA's office.
Tracy Minor, attorney for Brian Walsh.
And I'm Brian Walsh.
perfect. Thank you.
And we've agreed that I get a copy of the report.
Absolutely. Not a problem.
We were just talking about social media emails and passwords that On may use. And so staying on that topic, let's just try to go through all methods of communication that you know on she knows she has a cell phone. Within that cell phone, applications that she uses to communicate, I know are Viber. And does that generate a separate phone number, or is that just within networks like texting, like WhatsApp? Right?
Yeah, so she's used WhatsApp as well, but Viber is how she gets in touch with her sister mostly. But she used it a lot when she was in Belgrade.
Did she have any applications on her phone that generate a secondary telephone number or anything like that you know?
No.
Did she make any calls to
Instagram, she might use Instagram. I don't know much about that. And the iMessenger stuff has been people been calling her on that. It's been coming on my phone over the last week, so.
And password for Instagram.
Those are the passwords that we use for stuff, the banking. So I don't know if she uses it for that or not.
And Failgrad is capital B, lowercase B-O-G-R-A-E-1 or $sign at the end.
Right. She usually uses that for accounts that we were, like, that she wanted to get me on. So, like, the credit cards. So, maybe the bank accounts, I don't really ever look at the bank accounts, but Netflix and things like that.
Back to any other methods of communication? Well, Facebook, Facebook, for example, do you have access to?
I don't think I have access to that. Whatever she put in my phone is what I had. But Facebook, Instagram were the ones I knew. Email, text, and phone calls. Like Venmo. I don't know if that's it. Yeah. Right. So Venmo would be something.
With regard to the financials, we had talked about, we gave us a list, I think it was 5 banking institutions that you guys use. If I remember correctly, it was Fidelity, Chase, Apple Credit Union, Marblehead,
Liberty Bay. Yeah, Grand Union, Liberty Bay. Liberty Bay is a credit union or something. And they have they have one of their locations right here in Hingham. Or is that the credit unions in Virginia?
Is it Liberty Bay or Liberty Home?
Liberty Bay,
Okay.
yeah.
And didn't she recently open an account in D.C.?
I think she was using her Apple credit union.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Capital One?
No, I had a credit card from Capital One.
You wouldn't have access to
No,
that?
definitely. No, not for that one. No.
All right, let's, anything else on the move?
The money that was moved from the sale of the house to the escrow or 1031 exchange.
Yeah.
I think what else?
And where is that account in escrow? Or circle back to that one?
Yeah.
But I think you said, what was that, about $250,000?
Yeah, so 200,000.
And is that, those are the proceeds from the sale of the Rich Street condo?
Yes, December 29th.
December 29th is when the sale actually closed?
That's when the money hit, yeah.
And what is the property that exchange is slated to go into?
Well, there wasn't anything chosen yet. There was possibilities in Baltimore, but there was also, talk about something here in Massachusetts.
Okay.
But Baltimore, I think, was the main focus.
Yeah, you guys haven't closed the...
No, there has been
no...
nothing.
And you have a couple other properties in Revere?
2 in Lynn, not in Revere.
Excuse me. Yeah, Revere. And any other assets?
There's what's in Belgrade. There's a condo there and probably a small bank account that her and her mother share.
That would be like an account bank in Belgrade?
Yeah.
Is the condo in Belgrade in her name or is her mom's?
It's in mom's name. But they also have a piece of property across that her and her sister own.
Which one is that?
There's a piece of property across from the condo in Belgrade that her and her sister inherited from her father. And then there's her, it doesn't sound like she went international, but then there's the country house, which is about 45 minutes out of Belgrade. That's in her mother's name. It was never in her father's name.
And these are all, the assets we talked about in the U.S., those are all joint in correct?
Well, everything's in her name.
Well, yeah, trades are in our name, but, all right. Fair enough. Is there any business dealings, properties that she was pursuing on her own without your...
Without my knowledge?
Well, without your knowledge, you wouldn't know, but without your, input, so to speak, like she's kind of like, this is my project, I'm doing this, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
I'll handle this.
No, that's not how our marriage works at all. If she was doing something like that, then I would have zero information about it. We talked about everything, when she was looking for the dog, she was looking for a new car, all these things.
So her business, like, obviously, Inspire, and then this real estate investment portfolio. That's what I call that. Anything like that was
Only, my company, the Let's company. Yeah, it's a cybersecurity training company, and that's a new company that I've been working on with my business partners. So that's what I do when I'm watching the kids and doing other stuff. So that's my main focus, and we've been building it up over the last 2 years.
Is that off the ground running?
It's off the ground running. It's not profitable yet, but we're looking to go cash flow positive this year. Training, yeah, human-based cybersecurity training.
We're listening to a audio recording, so we're looking at the defendant while he talks.
We work with a psychologist or a workplace psychologist who's my business partner as well, and we come in and train high-functioning teams like yourself in multi-team systems. Right now, you're reaching out to all sorts of different teams, and the ability to work cohesively with another high-functioning team is very important, especially for cybersecurity and for cybersecurity breaks. So, and it's all about incident response.
Any major financial losses with that?
No, not at all. No, in fact, we're looking to close a large deal with the government. We've got 5 or 6 possibilities, and we have a partner in the UK called QA, where they sell a lot of trainings to private and public companies over there. So it's been moving pretty quickly for a small startup.
Other businesses that you have, is that your sole?
That's the main.
Business at the moment?
That's the main focus. Yeah.
There's a trading card business.
Yeah, there's the fresh pools, but that's not really a focus. It's just it's a mutual friend of Anna and I who asked for support, and we've been doing that over the last year or two, but looking to unwind out of that as fast as possible. Just wasn't a business that I was terribly interested in, and I was happy to support Jesse, but also I don't see the financial benefits of that.
Is there a large investment on your end for that, or did they start that up?
Yeah, I mean, we helped them out with definitely a good amount of money, $50,000 or so dollars.
Plans to recoup that money?
Yes, yes, yeah. The focus is to recoup that and actually to use that money for restitution. Yes.
What was the investment in the cybersecurity?
Yeah, I have the exact numbers on that. We've, I guess it would be 90, so let's say $80,000 over 2 years.
That's on track.
We have a government contract now that's going to pay us $40,000 this year, and it's for over 5 years. So things go well, and then we haven't closed any of the UK deals. And once that happens, we would be cash flow positive. Both my partners and I have not taken any salaries out of those yet, though. So.
Your partner in the trading card business.
He's
invested dissolving.
No.
Dissolving, or
no. I'm not partners. No. No, I'm just
invested.
Yeah, it was a support system for him, and we're friends. So I saw opportunity during the pandemic. Things have really cooled off in that market, and that's why I'm looking to unwind. And hopefully he'll be able to. He got rid of one of his partners, and now he and someone else are going to run it themselves. When they're bringing on a couple other people, just it just wasn't for me. He's invested over $100,000 in the business, and he hasn't taken any money or salary for the last 18 months, and he's looking to make another investment in the business possibly.
No idea the trading card business.
Oh yeah, neither did I. They have some boxes like $10,000. It's kind of insane.
So there's a plan for new partners, new investment partners to, is that how you're going to recoup your 50?
Unclear at this time, excuse me, but he is bringing on someone who's got a huge amount of inventory, which is what they didn't have, and that's going to, off the sales of that, I could recoup my money, definitely.
We brought out a restitution.
Yes.
What is the timetable for that to be resolved? What's going on?
We don't have a timetable.
That's why
I have been pressing to get as much paid as possible as soon as possible. But we don't have any deadlines.
So is the case of Ernestine? How that works?
I would like as much restitution as possible to be paid prior to sentencing.
Yeah.
At sentencing, whatever money has not yet been paid, we will have a time period to pay it set by probation. It's usually 3 to 5 years, typical.
Okay.
But it's always beneficial, everybody, including the defendant, to pay off things as quickly as possible. So that's always my goal, but there's no timetable imposed.
What's the total dollar amount of restitution that's settled? That's still like ballpark.
Ballpark 450,000.
Well, we've already paid, close to 200,000.
How did we pay that much?
175.
That much. It's a little complicated because Brian's mother put up bail money of $75,000 that she has pledged towards restitution. So once he's sentenced, you get that back, but she's not getting it back. It's going towards restitution. And I think you paid.
Oh, at 90,000. So 165. Yeah. And there's 200,000 more. Right, just so you know, Anna's main thing was like, when are you coming to D.C.? And the reason why I couldn't was because it's not resolved. She was like, well, you're coming to D.C., then we'll just pay the bill. And I was like, it doesn't exactly work that way.
So the monitoring that went on here was, should be concluded at sentencing, obviously.
It was supposedly, it would have been concluded in October. Things going smoothly.
Hingham Savings Bank and New Bank, is that something that you want to use for things?
I went down to Cohasset town when we got here, and I opened up at the local bank. It's the oldest bank in the United States or in Massachusetts, and I thought, oh, this is great. I'll have a personal account there. I never used the Hingham Savings, but all the restitution money went in, and I took, so I put it all in there and then wrote the check out. So that was the whole point of that. But Anna never did anything with that account. No access to it at all. I know it's been closed for over a year.
Possibility that she had an account that you didn't know about? Would that surprise you?
It would surprise me. Yeah, it definitely would surprise me. But I mean, anything's possible. When she got the JetBlue card, she told me she was getting it. So,
going back just to round up the restitution and sentencing, is there a possibility that you're going to be incarcerated at all into this?
Possible.
Possible.
Yeah.
Still on the table here.
Of 6 months.
Yeah.
But that's all been put under suspense because of this.
So that's also
Because it's one thing if Anna could take care of the kids for 6 months.
Yeah.
It's another thing if she can't.
But also, Anna and my mother both lost their minds. They were not having it. So.
The fact that you made
for
6 months.
After all of this, because we've been apart for so long, she's like, why do we do all of this? Why do we struggle this much? I mean, the cost of this house and running the townhouse and all the traveling and not being together. I remember being very upset when I talked to her about it.
Did you guys discuss the plan for the kids if you were to go, say you were to go in for 6 months, like where would the kids go?
We discussed the plan of the kids going to D.C. without me, and we discussed that on September 1st because we only got this house for 6 months.
Okay.
I had said maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know how long I will be able to see you or the children, and you'll be all by yourself. There will not be a lot of support. But we decided to do another 6 months here, which ends March 1st. Now, as we had a difficult holiday season because of not being able to see each other, and her mother's illness, and having to go to Belgrade, take a vacation there, not here, I said maybe it's time to send the kids, and I'll get a smaller place, and we'll have to figure it out. And she said, well, let's discuss it. We're supposed to discuss it, for the new year, and especially after the news that Tracy gave us a few days before, and also, what was Tracy going to say if I take it with the kids, and I try to do it with the kids, and I said, but I also said, you're exhausted without the kids. Think about what that's going to be like, having 3 boys at the house, and we want to do with Hans, so there was a lot up in the air. There's a huge amount of stress with that.
Yeah, that's a big life change. So what, got a nanny over there in D.C.?
We were thinking of moving Robin. Robin is relatively new. We were going to ask her if that would work out. When she was in Serbia, she asked a few people if she was going to fly them in maybe. Her mother and my mother can no longer support the kids. They're just not in shape. They were a few years ago, and now it's just not possible. She's like, I bring my mother in. I was like, your mother's never, she can't let us. Yeah. Well, I mean, they were watching, her mother did help us a few years ago with 2, but it just wasn't possible anymore. So, especially after her neurological incident last year, so.
So how did that conversation, where did that rest? Where did you guys
Well, I left a message for her, and I was going to get more information from Tracy, and I was going to speak to Anna, and I'll just speak to my mother about it too. They both have a huge investment. Nothing had been decided, but that's where the thing was.
Okay, so I'd like to go back to first the day you left here. We really need to iron out what you did that day and a good timeline for you. I know that a previous couple interviews told us that I had left him about 6, and I think you said you got up at 7:30.
Yeah, a little after 7.
7:30 with breakfast. And
French toast, yeah.
That's the previous. Yeah. Not give you a kiss or anything.
Yeah, right.
Why don't we just start at when you got out of bed and you went to
Yeah, of course. So we go get out of bed, and then because Brian wakes up, and then I came down. I didn't change in crying because I have to go into William's room. So sometimes, like I said, I'm supposed to change in the morning. I don't always. And then William was still asleep in his room at the time, but Brian was up. Brian likes to come down the stairs himself, so I got down, and then Thomas was already on the couch. They started wanting to leave early for work, and he's like, yeah, I already know, say goodbye. I was like, all right, French toast time. So Brian came down. I made the breakfast and, emptied out, cleaned up after some of the stuff from last night's dinner, emptied out the dishwasher and that stuff. And then I went up to get William and bring him down for the breakfast. So then we had the breakfast, which is the kids love the French toast on days off. And then was it coconut melon was I think what I put on for the kids. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So there was that. The kids have their iPads too, as you know. There's a lot of new toys that we were playing with. So that was most of the morning. I didn't have the phone at the time. I think I emailed, I made sure that was in so Zach and Daniel, who are, we basically work we're always in contact every day, so I wanted them to know that my phone wasn't working in case something was coming across to let them know that I could only get emails on it and my mother. So those are the 3 emails I sent out. I was going to send out more, but I just didn't have time. But I figured the phone would show up. So Robin came in, and the kids were excited to see Robin. And then I got ready. I hadn't gotten ready at all. I showered and everything like that. So and I had time from 3 to 9 to leave the house, and it was to go see my mother. But I had to go out and get the milk and the juice and some other things. Mainly the milk was the reason why I went to Shaw's. And then I came back and set that up. So I left at 4 instead of leaving at 3. And then I drove up and saw my mother, and then a couple errands. CVS and Whole Foods is the main things that I remember. I talked to her, the usual stuff, made sure everything was going well, and then I drove back, and that was my main. That was the main thing. I think I got back, at 8 or something like that.
And you're in the house the rest of the night?
Yeah, that's it. It's my times are pretty strict, so I'm you call I'm 100% compliant on those.
Right. So when you first left the house at Jaws?
Yeah, around a little after 3.
I think you went to Walgreens and go to Walgreens after Jaws?
I might have gone to Walgreens. I'm trying to think. I might have gotten some baseball cards for Thomas or something like that. Yeah, I only know about it because of the Fresh Pulls. Barnes and Nobles is the place where you get baseball cards too.
Okay. So you don't know if you're on Walgreens?
I do go to Walgreens a lot when I'm next to Shaw's. Yeah, so I don't recall. I was pretty focused on making sure I had enough milk.
Okay. So then after that, you come home.
Yeah.
What do you do while you're here?
Oh, I just got the stuff in the fridge, and basically told Robin I was heading out. Checked on the boys and things like that, and then I was gone.
And like direct to your mom?
Yes, I did.
What was that? What's that address again?
330 Paradise Road.
330 Paradise and what?
Swampscott.
Your condo.
What?
Your
condos on farm, yes, sir.
And that's private. That's a single family in Swampscott?
It's at something called the Landing. It's like an apartment complex or something.
What are you gonna do?
1320.
Okay, so you were directed at Swampscott. What route did you drive up there?
It was a little difficult because I got lost because I didn't have the GPS.
Okay.
So it took a bit longer. I went the wrong way, and then I came probably. So what did I do? Because I normally supposed to go 1A, I went at 1, and then I came across on 114 or something, and then was able to get up to what's it called? The Swampscott.
So it took longer than normal?
It took longer than normal, yeah.
How long do you estimate it took to get there?
Normally, I mean, with no traffic, you can make it in, maybe 60, 70 minutes, but I probably took I took over a little bit over 90 minutes, maybe.
He was lost for 30 minutes?
So I was probably there, I was there before 6, but after 5:30.
Just driving around in circles, looking for dumpsters.
Where do you think you got lost?
I went on 1 instead of going on 1A, and I kept driving further than I had to.
Right. And what did you do at the mom's house?
She didn't know that I was coming because I don't call in advance. So it took a while to get in. She's like, "Who is it?" She's always, she's like, I was like, "It's your son, supposed to be here." She's like, "You didn't call." I said, "I don't have a phone." And she opened the door, and then I came in, and then we just talked for a few minutes. I told her what was going on, and then I discussed if she, I forget if I brought stuff at the time, or I don't think so. I think I went back out and then brought some stuff from whatever she needed. A couple I forget what it is, but normally it's frozen foods that she likes. I don't have the exact name of it, and that's a couple things from CVS. She likes cleaning pads. Is usually she can't have enough gloves and cleaning pads and things like that since the pandemic.
Okay. So you left your mom to CVS. You think where else did you go?
And then I was just in that area, that Swampscott area.
The Whole Foods in CVS?
Yes. Not that I can there to stop. Sometimes I go stop and shop or what is it, Home Goods, but not this time around.
You probably wouldn't go to Stop and Shop and get the Whole
Well, they have the food. Also, the food for the dog is like 25% more expensive at Whole Foods than it is at Stop and Shop. So yeah, so there are times where I would go to get stuff, and obviously Market Basket and things like that. So
you get some grocery shopping for your mom?
Just a little bit, yeah. She does not require a huge amount. So
and back to mom's after CVS, Whole Foods, and what you said you remain there?
Yeah, just a little bit. We just discussed things, and she was like, "What's going on?" And she actually, we discussed what Tracy had said. She's like, she basically said, "You have to get to D.C. with the family." Was one of the takeaways, and that was the main thing.
What's her plan when you ultimately get to D.C.? She's going with you?
Yes, she's going with us. She's going to live at a separate residence. She's independent, but much closer right now. We're really struggling because she's been far away, and she's like, I'm not moving, especially after the pandemic, and I'm certainly not moving temporarily. So that's why she didn't move down. She was about to move down to Cohasset, but then we were moving, and she's like, okay, well, until I know where you guys are, it's not happening. So I get that. That makes sense. Yes. We were going to bring her to what's the place in Hingham, the Landmark, or the.
I don't live down here.
Oh, yeah. Shipyard. Shipyard. There you go. Thanks.
There's condos.
Yeah, I thought that would be good for her and close enough.
What was that store name?
You guys were there, and when you come home, do you stop anywhere on the way home?
No.
No gas stops?
Oh. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
Did I get gas? I'm sorry. I'll have to check on that. I don't think I got gas.
You only pay things with gas or credit card?
Yeah, I was about to say I usually pay for stuff in a credit card. So if I did get gas, I'd know.
And credit card would you?
I use the Freedom card. Yeah, the Chase Freedom.
Is that an account that was joint?
That's a joint account. The Chase account's between on and I, yeah.
Okay. So from Swampscott, sounds like you come directly home, and then for the guy looked at me, monitoring,
Yeah,
sounds about right.
Yeah, it does sound about right.
Within those records, it has like a description of, you have to notify them of the load, right?
Right.
And what is that done? Is that done like a morning you leave, tell them?
Oh, no.
Here today? Was that
No. So with Marlene, every Thursday I send her an email. If you go through my emails, you can look through all of those. And I say, so these are the requests for the week. This is what I'll be doing at this time. May I have permission to take to school or whatever it is. Now there are some other things that are constant, like taking the kids to school is all set up, right? So I have to take school from Monday to Friday and stuff like that. So those I don't make requests for. The other things, like if I have to see Tracy in person, or see my probate lawyer, or support my mother, or take the kids to a game that's not. I make those requests in advance. If anything changes, I am able to ask about changes. They're supposed to be 72 hours in advance, though. So same day would have to be an emergency situation.
Okay. I think the particular trip that on Sunday when we went to Swampscott, I think it was the description that said mom drop off.
Yes. So I was supposed to take because she was having cataract surgery, so she was coming over. This is what happened. So she was going to come over. I went and I picked her up, and I brought her back to the house. So she was okay. So let me figure this out. We went on the 20th or something, or the 21st for her surgery. At that point, she couldn't do a lot, so she was at the house here. We were taking care of her. Then I drove her up, set her up at her place so that she could be comfortable away from the kids. She's unable to stay here for extended periods of time. And also so that, when she likes to leave on and I can have time alone as well. Then I went to pick her up and brought her back, and then she was going to stay until the 1st. She left early, and I said, I'll come up. And she's like, I have everything. And I said, okay, I'm all set for Sunday. I'll come up and make sure you're all set for the week so that we're all, everything's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. So we didn't know how fast she recovered much quicker from this cataract surgery than the first one. So I went up to support her instead of drop her off so that she made sure she had everything.
The day you did drop her off early, what was that?
No, her car was here because we brought her car in before her surgery. And then she's like, I can drive, I'm fine. She left on Thursday.
Okay. So you're here Sunday night, you go out on Monday? Do you have any scheduled? I can't recall. I thought I had.
I don't believe I had scheduled time on Monday. I probably took, I guess I did have a little bit of scheduled time to do things with the boys. And normally it's for school, but they didn't have it. So I took Thomas for, I remember taking Thomas for ice cream or something like that. So, to mix it up a little bit. And what was the other thing? I think that was it. I think that was the only time I left. I don't remember leaving in the morning.
So you said you took Thomas and the other boys stayed here?
Other boys stayed here with Rob.
What time did she go?
I don't remember. I think I had her come over pretty early because Anna had left, and at the time I didn't have the phone. If you look at the text messages, she's like, so when she left on Sunday, I said, hey, can you come on Monday? I'm all by myself with the boys. I don't know what's happening. I don't have the phone. She said, sure. But she texted me and said, is 9 okay? I was able to get in touch with her. We didn't have the phone at the time. But I was able to, that's when she went out and went through all the garbage in the middle of the day looking for the phone.
Yeah, you said the boys sometimes look for the phone.
Right, yeah.
Didn't they found a speaker?
There was a speaker, and then there was the coffee grinder. I was like, that was kind of weird.
What kind of speaker was it?
I don't know. It's something that Anna had gotten, but when once it was clean, it didn't work anymore, so it all went back in. But I appreciated Robin bringing it all out.
Do you guys got any Amazon Google Voice devices in there?
No.
Okay, so you recall once on month.
Yeah, that was it.
Ice cream?
I think, usually I gotta get a treat with Thomas. I tried it one-on-one time with him. William and Brian also like it, so I'm trying to mix it up, but I don't have a huge amount of time.
It was good ice cream.
Doing his over in Hingham was good.
Yeah.
I think, is that what we wanted? He wanted to go somewhere. He was asking about somewhere else. I think he wanted to go to Press. He wanted to go to Press, which is the, what's that place? Press is in Norwell or something like that. No, it's actually it's a healthy place, but he thinks he's getting a chocolate milkshake, but it's just a chocolate banana. I don't know. He figured that he's like this. He's found it to be tasty, so I was like, well, that's better than ice cream.
So we're into Monday. I mean, at what point do you really start to get
nervous?
Genuinely concerned?
Monday. Yeah, when I had the phone. Once I got the phone, she was getting in touch with me. I was like, well, this is weird. And we're over time, basically. So I talk to her, all the time. So, but the week or so before, we had the same situation. Yeah, for Christmas and everything. So I didn't want to freak out at that point. So I was like, you know what? Let me see what happens in the morning. And then that's when all the texts started coming. I was like at 6, I wake up pretty early. So I texted her, I was like, what's going on? That's when I got in touch with Alyssa. And she told me to calm down. And my mother told me to calm down. And Sandra, her sister, was like, I was working at 12:31. No one seemed to worry. But I was like, maybe I'm being insane. And I almost called work last time, and Anna's like, do not embarrass me at work. And my husband calling around for me. So I was going to call on Tuesday.
People were telling him to calm down. This is him agitated? And
I should have. And then I didn't hear from her. And then on Wednesday morning, that's when I called. I started calling the lines. I don't have a number of someone at work, I realized too. So I called I called the Mazda building, called the Crossing building. I was going to call Jeff Chon. I didn't have his number. While I was looking for that number, Graham got in touch with me and said, "Hi, is what's going on?" I was like, "He has a private law. His husband." "Oh, thank you, sir." Is she there? He's like, "Is there a problem?" I was like, "Not if she's at work." And that's when this all. Wednesday morning. That was Wednesday morning. 72 hours.
But you're concerned on Monday, Tuesday.
Everyone's telling me to calm down. And I was going to call work, and the whole thing was like, "Don't embarrass her at work," and that's when I kept texting, like, "Where are you?" I emailed her. I said, "You're missing again."
Who's Alexandra?
Alexandra's sister. So she's got her name is Alexandra, but Anna has all sorts of different names for her. Alex, Sally, Saleh, so all sorts of. So she has a bunch of nicknames. That's Anna's sister.
I saw that you communicated with her through the
Viber, yeah.
And on the 4th, which is Wednesday, you'd already told her that you can't get a hold of her.
Yeah.
But then she starts talking about the police. That the police, they're coming on, police and why would you tell her to wait?
Tell her to wait to call the police because I was at the time I was talking to Petition Inspire people, and the guy Huey was going to get everything in motion. He's the one who said, "I'll call D.C." and he met them, and then he's the one who called Cohasset to get everything going because he's ex Secret Service and everything. So I mean, I asked, basically, I was going to do it myself, and he's like, "Let me do it." And that's the human resource officer, Teresa, who immediately got me in, who called me. She's like, "I'm driving over now. I'm going to tune you in with Huey." So I was like, "Okay," because I've never filed a missing persons report or anything like that. And she said, "We have support for you," but there was no delay by doing that. In fact, I feel like things happened a lot quicker.
I think things happened pretty quick after.
Yes. Right. Yeah, 100%. And I think it was, I'm sorry, I only know his person, Greg immediately came over and he got the information down and he came over again and then Huey called me. Greg gave me the missing persons report, but it was Huey who gave me the incident report.
Didn't Richard Walker do that?
No. Who's that?
It's not last week and leave the music and other stuff.
On that,
yeah.
Ryan's mother,
yeah.
I'd like to offer a report.
Yeah, and I will run up on people I gotta run by. And I think, that goes both ways, Generate a lot more leads, generate a lot more time wasting.
Exactly. Instead of focus. Anyway, she wanted me to raise that.
Okay, she spoke to me about it and I said, talk to Tracy, so.
But what does she want to offer for a reward?
But she'll offer, she'll offer more, we'll offer anything.
That's what she wants to do.
That's her starting point.
Yeah, it's before that.
But before we do anything, we're getting approval.
No, it's important that we
sometimes maybe just make public announcements on their own and offer.
Right, no, we don't want to do anything that's going to impede the investigation.
Yes, thank you.
No, we're working in alignment with you, that's our focus.
When I told you that next day about the media,
right.
Probably pick it up,
yeah.
Inquiries.
Yeah,
this is kind of along the same.
Yeah, it hasn't, it's only created more stressful.
I want to work on the same team.
Yeah.
The media kind of has their own.
Yeah, right, sell newspapers. And that's why we brought Tracy's here to, basically a cool head, in a different time where, the rest of us are not operating really very well. And also to, protect me for, my other people problems that happen.
Yeah.
Who is drumming on the desk, man?
Main goal here is to find out.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of noise from leads, from everywhere.
Do you have any other names?
Not off the top of my head. I was just home to what we got here.
Okay.
That name, I figured I'd throw it out. But it doesn't happen.
No. Do you have any other information?
No, not right now.
All right.
Obviously, we have
Is he an Uber driver or a Lyft driver?
Richard Walker?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Do you-
don't even know if he exists.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm asking, why you ask that?
Anna had a regular, I don't know if it was Lyft or Uber, but said that, like, if someone out here, she kept recognized. Like, it was the same person.
Oh, really?
That would come out. I mean, I guess there's not a lot. It's not a high.
Sure.
So 2 or 3, or I don't know how many times, but I never got the person's name. No, just that he was, was very nice and, good driver.
What about the type of vehicle?
No, I didn't get any info. I didn't think about it. I mean, but I know that she normally you don't see an Uber driver twice, and I think she saw him at least twice, if not more.
Some people private number of Uber driver that have direct account with the company.
Right. I don't know if that ever. Yeah, I asked, "Are you doing that?" And at the time when I asked, this is a while ago, she said no. So
You specifically.
I said, "Are you going to just hire him directly?" She had said no. So that's where we left it, and that must have been a month ago or 2 months ago or something.
And what rideshare service was it?
I'm pretty sure it was Uber. It could be Lyft. I never, she was running both of the apps and seeing what the pricing was always. I don't know. She usually gets the regular stuff. Whatever was available. And she was leaving very early in the morning to go acid. So there were days when I was awake early on, and she was worried about if she was going to make it to the airport because we couldn't get anyone, or they were 30 minutes out.
Obviously, with Anna missing, public and many people are going to have their suspicions about you and when
Sure.
you did something to Anna. It's important.
Tracy is prepared for that.
Yeah, we know that's not lost on you, and it's important for us to iron out a really good timeline for you and set out well, and any suspicions of that and quicker and both of us.
Sure.
He's like, sure. Yeah, of course people are going to suspect me. Sure.
Timeline and what you did on Sunday and Monday. But that's why I really want you to kind of think hard and never stop when you left on Sunday or when you went out on Monday, stuff that we can verify, what we can't verify. We basically want to know where you went, what you go, and where you stopped. But we also like to hear from about. So, as far as the trip on Sunday, the first time you left the house was to go to Shaw's, is that correct?
Yes.
And potentially Walden?
Sure, I forget about that. Possible.
Back here, and back out towards Swan.
Right.
They're nailing down his timeline right now.
Is Route 1.
His alibi timeline.
When they leave there, they'll have to start.
I go right, and then I drive over to, I get over to I think it's Derby Street area, right? So I take the left and go through all that. Then I get up onto, I guess, 93, is that right? Or something like that. Then then I get to Boston, and through Boston, and then up 1, I guess this was going to 1A, but I stayed on 1 somehow. Because I've gotten so used to not having directions, right? Or having directions, not having directions. I was just, and then I got myself further up than I should have, and I came across.
So at what point did you go down
The ship. The ship. So there's the ship on north shore. So you're on Route 1. There's a ship. Christmas tree store used to be there. I think on the right. Yeah. So I think I've gone too far
And I don't know how to use my GPS in the Volvo because I never use it.
Okay, so do you turn around or do you keep going?
No,
exit?
I went, I looked around and I think I took 114. I'm not sure. I just took a right because I knew that I knew my mother was here and I was like over here. I had to go across.
Okay, so you got across, I think, on 114.
I think so, yeah, that's, I remember that.
And that brings you over to what?
Well, I think it brings me over to Lynn, and then from there I snaked around, and then got to the water and up to Swampscott.
You went by your condos and then check them out?
No, I did not at all.
Are those occupied or what?
They were both occupied. Yes. You're welcome to. I mean, we have to talk to the tenants. We're welcome to look at them if you want.
Okay, so you cut through Lynn and you go direct to Mount, is that right?
Yes.
And how long did it take you?
Not long. Just it's a good question. I don't really have a timeline on that, but let's say 15 minutes.
Okay, so you estimate it took you about 90 minutes to get there, is that right?
Something like that, yeah. So I left around 4, so I should have been out of there by 6 or around that 6 o'clock time.
To go to run the errands?
Yeah, I run the errands, and I got back and I was there a bit longer, and then back home.
And again, the errands were to Whole Foods?
ZBS, yeah.
And you had to go to 2 stores because were you looking for Whole Foods?
Yeah, I was frozen foods at Whole Foods and then CVS, usually the wipes, the alcoholic wipes and stuff like that. Or
And don't fall in there.
I do not, sir. I might have gotten gas, I don't know, I have to check.
And your mom's dropped that in the
There you go. Obviously I ended up being there for New Year's, and she's like, okay, how are things going? I said, yeah, I was going to a great night. And then she's like, is Robin at the house? I said, yes, I got to get back. And she came late, and I don't have my phone, so my mother got worried to come back. She's like, your phone. So there was a lot of discussion about that, and then, me getting to D.C. with the kids, she's like, you can't like this going on too long. And, that was pretty much it. And now that a lot of her surgeries are done now up here too, so it's a good. She was like, it's a good time. I've done my cataract surgery. I've had all of my, my checkups for my lungs, so this would be a good time to go.
You guys did have a conversation with
Yeah, she asked like, where's Lana? And I said she had to go for work, and then she was like, well, she's working all the time. And I said, yeah. Yeah. No, last time on December 24th, when she worked up until 7 p.m. and then she missed the flight on, there was I was like, what's going on? And she basically said, you're asking a lot of questions. What's going on? I was like, well, it seems really odd that you have to work like so late on December 24th. And she said, hey, I said I was going to take care of it. And then I said, all right. So I didn't want to get into it, especially she was obviously hesitant to tell me that she wasn't going to be able to stay the whole time. So I didn't want to, we had a great night. So I was like, okay, well. And then she also said, I'm going to have more time for Martin Luther King Day, 4 or 5 days. I remember her saying that she's like, it's all going to work out. I'm behind. She got sick after coming up for Christmas, so I guess she had to work from home on Tuesday, and she felt like behind for the year. So it could have been that she was wanting to get ahead, but she said that there was something that was important that she had to be at. I assumed. I haven't told you the stories I make up in my head, but if you're interested, I have there's no basis other than like this is what I thought it might be, but. I thought something at the Mazda building. That's where she was till 7 p.m. On the 24th of December. In the morning, she sent me, if you look at the text, she's like, there's leaks, like at 8 a.m. on that. So I assume something must have gone on over there. And she's supposed to live right next door. That's so the fact that she's here and not right next door, someone might call her and say something like that, she would be like, well, I have to get over there. And she was always busy on the phone with stuff going on, so. Well, she lives, our townhouse is right next door to the Mazda building. So she can walk over, right? So the fact that she's always here I don't know. I mean, again, this is all of my conjecture. Like, she's like, well, if we were at the townhouse and something went on at the Mazda building on New Year's Day or any time, she could get up, walk over, deal with it, and come right back. We'd be fine. But no, but she manages all the people and stuff there. So, and she's it's an in-person job. It's not something like that she does over the phone and stuff like that. So but again, that was something that that's in my head. Yeah.
Why do you think she was obviously resident to tell you to go back to Washington?
Because we lost a lot of time over the holiday season.
When did she actually tell you that she was?
She alluded to it when she arrived on a Friday, and she was busy on Saturday saying that she was running, things were running behind, and then she basically said I have to go back. She kept saying I have to go back early. Then after Jen left, she said I have to go back tomorrow.
So she met you a few times, and you had to go back early. Then after Jen left, she said
right. So in the morning, and I was like, well, that's somewhat surprising, but considering like the Thanksgiving schedule, the last 2 months, it wasn't surprising because she was supposed to be here for Thanksgiving, and that got canceled. And then when she came back on December 6th, she was supposed to be here for 5 days, but she was only here for a few hours. She was supposed to be here for Christmas, New Year, Christmas Eve and all of that. And then that got compressed, and then she drove up. So she's only here from 8 p.m. to 5 p.m. on the 26th. So all of that became a pattern that we were getting compressed on our schedules. That due also due to the flights and things like that.
So that when she came back, late on, forced to work so late on Christmas Eve, you found it hard to believe.
Yes. No, I mean, I was like, why? Yeah, I was complaining about it. That's the best way to explain it. No, I mean, no, I don't think so. I just was like that. I said, who else is working on that at that time? But they, I guess they made a decision to get all of this stuff out of there early. I could see that, corporate style. And she did say, hey, the 24th is a working day in retail, Brian. And that is true.
What was her title?
She was the regional general manager.
So if like a problem occurred in one of these buildings, is not anybody underneath her?
There's GMs, yeah, definitely. But she... Yeah, that's a good point. Absolutely. Crossing did not have a GM for a long time, so she was playing GM over there. That guy Graham who called me was the new GM, and then Mazda was kind of her project because it was closing, so she was very hands-on over there. For the other buildings, there was less talk about the other buildings.
And just so I'm clear on the timeline, she had a flight Christmas morning. She worked late Christmas Eve.
Yes.
Okay. When did she actually show up at Christmas?
8 p.m. on Christmas Day.
On Christmas Day
yes.
at 8 p.m.
Yes.
She just drove straight through.
Yes. Well, she missed her flight was canceled. It was like they're canceled, and they're like, maybe we'll get you out. That's when the whole storm came, and then she just got in the car and started to drive. And I said, no, don't, get rest, which might have been better, but it's very her. That is her to very all out all the time.
Okay, so 8 p.m. on Christmas, she pulls in.
Yeah.
You said you didn't suspect how I was lying to you when she arrived late. Did you ever suspect her of having an affair or an affair?
You ever suspected her of having an affair? That's the question. sleeping around?
No, not when we were married. I mean, like when we were dating other people, it was a bit different. But like in the last, 7, 8, or 9 years, no, absolutely not. And we have 3 kids, and after I was arrested, I remember writing her notes, and I said, "This might not be the life I had promised you. If you want to leave, I understand." She said, "No, let's do it together." And we were, we're focused on our relationship and the kids. I mean, it's more than just us; it's the children too. So, I really couldn't imagine that. She was very focused on work and family, and this would be it would be totally like outside of her, value system.
How would you react if you told you this? Angry, or would you just say
I would say, I don't even know. I mean, my first inclination would be like, we're going to get divorced. Yeah, I would. I wouldn't even expect something like that to happen. But if she said, again, the story I'm making out is that she's like, I'm leaving you for someone else, not like I'm sleeping with someone. What do you mean? Well, I assume that if something like that happened, she would say, I'm leaving you for someone else. Not like, oh, I'm having an affair. That would be kind of weird. I don't know. I mean, she's very direct, but we always had these conversations. I said, I know it's been tough being separated, and she's like, yeah, you have to get to, but her whole thing was like, you and the kids get to D.C. as quickly as possible. That is not someone who's like having an affair. What do you mean? We've had conversations about, struggles that we're having being apart, and she was like, you have to get to, you and the kids have to get here as soon as possible. Not, there was nothing other than that. That was always her main focus.
Was there complaints about like intimacy between the kids?
It was certainly difficult, but we did see each other enough, and that we were able to be intimate, on a regular basis. Not the same as if you're living with someone, but in some ways we took advantage of the time more than had we been together. I remember her bringing that up. She said, "Well, when I'm here, like you definitely make it a priority." Whereas when we were together, you're like, well, you can always wait another night, but here we can't. So that was something that we did discuss. But she didn't like this house. That was another thing. I mean, she was always complaining like we're in a rental. She hates rentals. So. But her having an affair, I just like, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Also, where's the time? She was exhausted. She was always flying. At every moment she was flying here or working. I mean,
those are symptoms, not.
Sure. Anything's possible. It just sounds. All of the scenarios seem improbable. Certainly that does too. But maybe I'm not. I only see it like one way. And then who would be with me? I was like, I don't even know.
These work emergencies on? Is that anyone during the shift to pick up and leave?
Yeah, picking up and leaving was not common. Work emergencies were, maybe the word emergency is being misused, but upticks or something that just like an outlier. There was the time when the FBI hit the crossing building. She was all of a sudden she was like inundated over there, and then the leaks at Mazda, TJ Maxx wanted to leave Mazda, like these things that came up that were disrupting her daily work, were things that we talked about all the time, and that it was a huge pressure for her, and she didn't have all the personnel in place.
I heard TJ Maxx in there.
Actually, just to backtrack on something you said, she came home December 5th or early December, you said, and she was supposed to stay for 5 days?
Yeah.
She was going home for a few hours.
Yeah, so basically, I guess it was the same thing. She was going to come in on, mind if I use the calendar here, thank you. So she was gone, I guess she came on the 7th, which is a Wednesday. and she had left on the 23rd. So 2 weeks in Belgrade. She was going to stay and leave on Monday the 12th. And then she told me she had to leave on the 8th. So it was starting to get, I was starting to get used to it. I was like, wow, that's tough. I mean, and we did have I was upset. I had 2 weeks, in Belgrade and 1 day here. Kids and I, need more than that. So,
Your Honor, Mrs. Gilman, if I could ask you to pause. Your Honor, would it be an appropriate time now, or would you like this?
No, it'd be a good time now.
Thank you.
We got a
So
break?
jurors, thank you for your attention today. And I know from firsthand experience, and now you do too, how tiring it can be just sitting all day.
Listening to lies.
Think about that. Get some fresh air.
But don't think about it too much.
Lunch, and get home. It helps from my experience. I'll leave you today reminding you of the 4 obligations that you have, and that I expect and know you will be obedient to them. First, don't do any research about this case.
No research.
Don't speak to anyone about this case. Don't access any social media.
No social media.
News media. And continue to have open minds. I think of you as sponges in the jury box.
I think of you as
All of the
sponges.
information that's provided to you during the trial. Have a good night. And before you leave, don't think I'm oblivious to the fact that we're getting the first snowstorm. Lived here now a lot of years, and so I hate to say this out loud, but I will anyway. I don't have a great confidence in, because it is such a complicated business, what the meteorologists are predicting. I did ask my clerk to check earlier this afternoon, sometime between 2 and 4. And it sounds like they're downgrading the expectations. But I don't want you to think your safety and your security is a priority to me, as is everybody that works here. So I'll be thinking about that tomorrow.
I don't want you to think that.
To let you go earlier, I will if the forecast changes. But I don't want to jinx this. But I'll leave it there.
Knock on wood.
Have a good night.
No, we've been doing that all afternoon.
All rise for the court, please. Jurors, close your notebooks, leave them on the chairs. Follow me.
Out you go, jurors. I think of you as sponges, just sitting there, dormant, soaking up whatever we throw at you. Good juror sponges. Good sponges don't use social media. Good sponges don't search up details about the case online. Good sponges don't talk to people about the case. Good sponges keep an open mind.
Thank you, Your Honor.
There you go. Anything to deal with tonight?
Please be seated.
Do we have some issues to decide? I think we had some that were pending. Do we get to argue those now? There goes the witness.
What is the plan for day 2?
Judge, we're going to listen to the recordings
We have
again.
approximately 40 more minutes of interviews to play. I believe I have about 30 to 40 minutes of an examination left of Sergeant Schmidt. There would be cross-examination. I leave that to counsel. And then we would put on Trooper Guarino to go over the results of the Safari searches, the Safari history of the MacBook, also mentioning the iPad and some of the work he did on one of the phones. I anticipate there's binders of information that would go in through him and that would be reviewed with him.
Those are binders that you, I think they're on my bench, but are those the 3 binders that we previously discussed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And remind me, I think I remember this correctly, that you have binders for each of the jurors? Or are you going to do them on the, all in the electronics?
We're going to do it on monitors. It's a lot of paper.
It is.
And I would easily break the machine. So that is the intention to do that. We are also going to call in another half a dozen witnesses if we go fast. and I will give counsel the list of the extra witnesses we'll have, because I'm not too sure what the cross will be, so I want to make sure we have more business available for us than we might get to.
All right, I appreciate that. And then I will keep an eye on the forecast. What I most recently read is they were downgrading it slushy, but the commute tomorrow, leaving work might be messy. If it starts to get messy here, I'll probably cut the day short. Hopefully the weather will stay rainy instead of snowing, but we'll be limber.
I also think that right now we're ahead of pace.
Good.
Oh, good.
All right.
Let's go home,
There's
Judge.
another question. I'm just hesitating to get up because I feel like there's something else I wanted to ask you.
Defense had something right
Can't bring
before
it
lunch.
back right now. So I'll remember it right after I step off the bench, and then I'll pepper you with that either by email through the clerk or otherwise. Oh, I know what it was. I think earlier today when we were talking about the William Fasto text messages, I did see the final paragraph and went back, and it was Exhibit 199 that I was referencing, or paper number 199, not paper number 197. It's motion eliminate number 13, which goes back to the same arguments with regard to state of mind evidence. But at one point, I knew where to find some of those, whatever was marked for the grand jury, but I don't see it anymore. Two things. One, best I can tell, according to my records, the defense never opposed that motion in limine. So if the opposition is different than the substance of the opposition to paper number 199, specific to Mr. Fasto, the defense should let me know that. When do we think we're going to see Mr. Fasto?
We're working on Thursday, Your Honor.
Okay, so everyone knows when it's going to be. And secondly, so that I can get prepared for those arguments, I want the Commonwealth to get me a copy of Mr. Fasto's emails.
Text messages.
Thank you.
Copy today I can give the court.
Yes.
It's not, I think, the one that the government would expect to introduce, I think has some photos blurred out, but just for the court to see. And we did submit a written objection to statements relating to state of mind. We didn't specifically reference his. If it would assist the court, I can certainly have something by tomorrow morning, even just a one-page highlighting and specifying our objection.
Right.
But I'll pass this up now just so you have it.
So I do have whatever you objected to for 199, and I went through Qualls or Quails or whatever the name, how you pronounce the case at the time, and some of the cases that followed it. So I'm familiar with what the law is with regard to the state of mind exception. I just want to refresh my memory. There's certain of Mr. Fasto's text messages with Anna Walsh that I remembered from prior hearings, but this will help me. I'll take a look at this tonight.
And I'll get a one-page, just brief draft or brief memo, just outlining our argument a little more concisely. With
All right.
respect to this.
All right. That's all I can think of right now. Any other questions, comments, needs? Commonwealth first.
No, Your Honor.
And defense, anything you want to raise with me? Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
All right, that is how we wrap up day one. A lot of audio, and this was hard. Listen, you've been listening all day, and you've done a great job. It's a slow start. But if you bail now, you will regret it when you come back and you're like, wait, when did it get good? Very soon. It's going to start getting good tomorrow. And by good, I mean really good. We're getting into some of the internet searches. We're getting into some of the device Googling. Hoslong to hide a body, or variants thereof. So you don't want to miss it. It's also could possibly be a shorter day tomorrow. So keep that in mind as we get set for day 2 of the self-snitching. He talks so much. We should have done a word count. This guy just, mouth popped off nonstop. Even with his lawyer by his side, he just kept going and going and going like the Energizer Buddy on speed. He had an answer for everything. The problem with that, right? Even if you're not guilty, if you get one of the facts wrong, you're going to be challenged on it and then be painted as lying to the police about something. Well, he's already admitted to the police that he lied. He pled guilty to that, so he's admitted to the courts that he lied to the police about this. And the jury knows that at the time he made these statements, he knew she was dead. So everything the jury heard today in court, they knew, and this is out of the mouth of his defense counsel, they knew that Brian knew she was dead. They've got to just be like, wow, he just, look how effortlessly he lies. That's a great setup for when he takes a stand later in the trial, right? Look how effortlessly he lies and just spews stories and answers every question and seems so relaxed in doing so. All right, we've been good sponges. You've been fabulous, absolutely fabulous, but better than sponges. Energizer, now RA is dropping bands. Yeah, Energizer probably doesn't appreciate the on speed part that we added. But speaking of brands, just going over the list of brands that have been named in this trial, I can't remember a trial since the Melody Ferris trial where we had so many brands named. And in Melody Ferris, it was always restaurants. That family was all about food. That was the burn pile murder. But we've got McDonald's, Lowe's, Home Depot, Porsche, Verizon, T-Mobile, Uber, Lyft, Glossy Nails, Louis Vuitton, Mazda, Apple, Ring, Blink, Arlo, Nest, Volvo, Prada, Tiffany, Home Goods, Fidelity, JetBlue, Chase, Rolex, Hermes, CVS, Whole Foods, Barnes & Noble, Walgreens, Stop & Shop, and TJ Maxx so far. And that's just day one. Wow. I think I probably missed some in there. I think I did get Rolex on there. There was Rolex for sure. Band-Aid, we could, yes, Band-Aid was mentioned, but it was sort of like in the same, it's like saying vacuum or Hoover. Like I hoovered the floor. Some people say that. Some people say, hey, go grab me a Kleenex. They mean tissue, but Kleenex is the brand. I'm going to put Band-Aid on there. It's not, I don't think it was dropped to name drop, right? Band-Aid is not like, yeah, well, I buy the brand name bandages, not the store brand bandages. It's a genericized trademark, yes. Band-Aid is a brand name. I've added it to the list because it counts officially. Tony, thank you very much. We had a great day. I appreciate your help. Thanks for reaching out and making sure I was all on board. Was Neosporin on there? And Magic Eraser? You guys, you've got to let me know if they drop these things. I'm trying very hard to catch them all. Oh man, this is just going to be a wild trial, and it just heats up tomorrow. I just don't know over the snow. I'm sorry, I haven't had any snow this year, and my kids are dying to get some snow here. Is that like when people say Neosporin instead of Great Value Antibiotic Ointment? Exactly. Oh no, Bad Mouse Vinyls. Only $30 in sales today. Super bad Cyber Monday this year. It's because they're buying all the tech stuff right now. Maybe we'll do Small Business Tuesday. That was supposed to be Saturday, huh? I've got a call. It's from overseas. I should probably be I should have turned on Discord. Hang on.
Call from Angela.
Hey, Angela, this is Scott. I should have turned on Discord. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I caught I know we were just going to talk about the evidence. I'm going to talk about the evidence.
Okay.
I caught another lie by Brian, which either I'm wrong or this clarifies and disclarifies, or I'm right and disclarifies throughout the trial, because someone is wrong here. He said in the interview multiple times that he talked to Anna's sister, and he said that Anna's sister's name is Sally or something along those lines. There is one problem about it. Anna's from Serbia, and I looked it up. She has one sister that I found. She may have one more, but her mother's name is very Serbian. Anna is very Serbian name. I don't know how you spell Anna in U.S. with one N or two N's, but doesn't really matter now.
Two usually. Yeah.
Two usually. So yeah. So even the spelling of Anna's name is Serbia. We spell it with one N. So there is no name, Serbian name, Sally. Trust me, I know.
Maybe it's something where she goes by the name Sally because the Serbian name is difficult for people to say or pronounce.
Her name is Alexandra and goes by Alex.
So he was close.
And
Sally, Alex. You can see where he made the mistake.
I mean, yeah, once, birth multiple times. And there is, I mean, he's kind of sort of right. I mean, there is a Sally nickname for male version of Alexandra, as in Alexander. And my dad's name is Alexander, so I know he has like gazillion nicknames. So ask me about all the nicknames for that name, I'll give you. Trust me, there's only one Sally version nickname of the name Alexander. That's for the Alexander, and that's for the male version of that name, not female.
Yeah.
So who exactly was he talking to? I mean, seriously, you can't even get the name of her sister right?
I think we're gonna hear that that he tried to interject a lot of that information. Every phone call he made, he tried to make it look like he was calling everybody, right? Because he knows at this point how bad it looks that he had done nothing. I just like laid low until he's like, hey, is she at work? No? Oh, well, that's a problem. You know, and then waits for them to call the police. He knows how bad it looks. So every time he's talking to the police, he's like, I talked to this boy, and he called, look, my phone's going off. He's got his ringer set on high. He's like, oh, they're reaching out to me again. There's the call again. We've been doing this nonstop. This has been my life for the last few weeks. Just, you know, he's trying to make it look like he cared and did something that she was missing, that he was concerned. The problem is his behavior is completely different. He's kicked back. He's like, oh, you got kids? Tell me about your kids. What's up? Oh, we'll talk about Anna in a minute. So nice. Yeah, how you guys doing? Hey, check out. Hey, enjoy your video. Go watch Coco Melon. You know, he's like just completely not what you would expect a distraught, loving spouse to be if your spouse just disappeared, just gone in the night. Is gone, but he describes himself as being that way. He says, I was, everyone's telling me to calm down and everything's like, seriously? That you were too agitated about the situation? You have been the most laissez-faire defendant I've ever seen about this. Completely calm, cool, and collected. But yeah, it's all for show, I think.
Yeah, I watched an interview with. Or maybe I'll wait until the motive comes why she and that she had her mother gave an interview for her Serbian TV station on it aired at least on Saturday. I don't know when she gave it. She is currently located in Serbia, and I think that's why she didn't take the kids. It's not only because she has health problems, but it will be geographically challenging if she's constantly moving between U.S. and Serbia.
Yeah.
They are, after all, very young kids.
Yeah. We've got a lot.
Also, that's what. Yeah. Sorry, sorry, you just reminded me. I have to say something. The F-bomb or mention.
His son said, "Effing glasses" or something.
Okay. As a truly Balkan person and very Serbian person, who, even though I should not, but I drop a few not so good words, although I try to be very creative so they don't sound as bad as they do. I mean, people love to swear, and we have. I would not be surprised if they learned, at least the oldest one learned a few swear words in Serbia. I guess that Anna was teaching them, at least the oldest, at some point, some Serbian, so he can communicate
with family. So
so they definitely heard from her at least. And so I am guilty on that one. I know they heard it from her, maybe from him also, but definitely from her.
Yeah, it was funny when the kid comes in and he's the cop says, I thought he said truck, right? I thought he said truck. He's like, no, that was the F word. And he's sort of laughing. He might have gotten it from me. Why is Brian painting his wife as the perfect person, right? Because he is. He's painting her as just amazing, loving. Everything was perfect. She works hard. She got this huge raise. There's no reason that I would ever hate her because she's an angel, right? No, we're not. She's not having an affair. There's nothing. He is setting her up on a pedestal. He doesn't want to give the police any reason at all to suspect why he was not happy with her. So even though the kids may have learned that word from their mother, and if she had the temperament that you mentioned with a penchant for swearing, he says it was from him. It's like, yeah, they probably got it from me. So he's still.
And they're probably equally as bad, as guilty on that one, maybe.
It could come from anywhere. Kids hear something, they repeat it. They're very good. They're like parrots that way. You only have to say it once, and then the worst possible time. Speaking of that, when the kid brought the picture, the cop's like, so tell me what he's drawn here. And the dad's like, that's, just, he's got some hearts and just some horror or something. Tell me more about that. Tell me about what's the other stuff? Not the hearts part, the horror, the scary monster, whatever movie stuff he's got going on. What did the kid see? What did he hear, and what did he draw about? I want to see that picture, but I'm not sure if you caught that. Angela, thank you, and I'm sorry I should have done this on Discord to make it free for you, but
I still have Viber, so it's all right.
That came in. Viber, is that a brand?
There is like a WhatsApp, just a different name. Viber is the name. It's also an app to communicate.
Okay.
It came in handy when WhatsApp was down.
Yeah, really good. Well, Angela, thank you very much. It's great to hear from you. I'm sure we're going to get to talk a little bit more as the trial goes on, and I appreciate you making the call.
That interview done by her mother, that her mom did. I'm gonna save the details until that comes into trial. So I don't know if it will be a spoil, but maybe it will be a spoil whether or not who testifies.
Yeah.
I
don't think she's going to testify, but the interview might come in because she's in court, right? I think she's there every day, so she can't be a witness if they've got the sequestration rule in place.
Okay, then that interview that I saw on Saturday may have been older than, because they interviewed her while she was in Serbia. So it may have been older than, she came in either in the recent days, So, yeah. But, yeah.
Well, we have so much more evidence to come in. It's coming in tomorrow. I have a dryer I need to fix, so I've got to wrap things up here and get our laundry working again.
I have work in the morning.
Go get some rest, Angela. Thank you very much. Love talking to you. We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.
All right. With that, we are going to wrap it up for the day. Thank you all for being here. It has been wonderful. I appreciate it. We've got 596 likes in the afternoon show. We've got over 1,000 in the first one. Thank you for that. Tomorrow morning, we continue. It might be a short day. You don't want to miss it. We do have, they say, about 40 more minutes, and that's a lot, but 40 more minutes of interview audio. These are all interviews that were conducted in Brian Walsh's home so far. So we get him, his kids sometimes in the background. In one of the interviews, it was really hard to listen to, but his mom was in the other room with a couple officers talking to them, and so we have that background noise going. But it's mostly, understandable. We can get the gist of what's being said, even though this latest one, the officers are really quiet. So good stuff. And then after that's done, we get into the searches, the digital evidence, the phones, the iPads, the MacBook. The Google searches are going to be so good. I hope they turn the camera. That's when I do want to see Brian Walsh. I want to see what he does with his face. And if he looks at the jury and makes eye contact when it's like how to get rid of a body when you really need to, when that's read out in court. That's just going to be great. All right, short day possibly tomorrow because of a potential snowstorm in the area up there in Massachusetts. So if you are in the area, please stay safe, especially if you have to travel or anything. Tonight, when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again tomorrow morning. Same time, I think it's, 8:30-ish? We'll make that happen. You guys, will see you tomorrow. Be good to each other. Bye-bye.